What is up, my kings and queens and all in between? It is Andrew Velasquez with another episode of Mindful Artist Podcast. Welcome back, you guys. Season 2, going long and strong. I'm so excited to introduce our new guest to you. If you're watching, you can probably see her beautiful face right now. Yes, the infamous, famous YouTuber. I can't wait to introduce you guys. But if you're listening, let me give you a little bit of some homework first before we go into that. I would love for you to go to our reviews, give us some stars, give us some ratings, share it with somebody that you love that you know it'll resonate with. That way, it's most likely to come out in their algorithms as well. And that song you just heard called Mi Corazón is written by myself, produced by Aaron McLendon. You can download Mi Corazón wherever you stream your favorite music. And so for today, your one-stop shop place for all things mindfulness, creativity, while balancing entrepreneurship. I have an amazing guest, you guys. It is Marielou Mandl. Say hello, Marielou.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
All right, let me give you a bio, babe. So, Marielou Mandl is a seasoned on-camera host, producer, and content creator with 15 plus years of experience. Her mission is to help creators make better videos. Catch her YouTube live streams covering video creation, tech tips, editing, on-camera confidence, and community connection. She also wants to remind you to drink some water, be good humans, and don't forget to wipe your lens. Fun facts, her cats' names are Gizmo and Zilla. She's been in Los Angeles since 2007, has worked for casting directors, talent agencies, production companies, cinema makeup school, which is where we met, and did time as a background actor. Has been a burlesque performer and host, did not know that. Has competed in pageants, including Miss California, USA. I can totally see that. And was a host for some Panda Express training videos that she's never seen. Welcome, welcome, Mary Lou. How are you?
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
having
being
me on
here.
the show. I always love
Yes,
chatting with you, and we always get deep. We get deep in the creativity and the soul of
we really
us as
do.
artists, which I love. I love those conversations.
We really do. We really do. This is exactly why I wanted to have you on here because you're perfect in so many ways for Mindful Artist podcast mission statement, and you represent all those things that we're about, and that's community connection, inspiring, and I really am grateful for what you've taught me because you kind of mentored me through friendship and our career kind of paths too. Because our first meeting happened to happen during COVID, and then you oversaw a lot of the media department and did some great interviews. And I think I reached out for just some questions, and you've always been so kind and helpful. And I just want to commend my gratitude and express how grateful I am for you to have really showed me the ways, and you've taught me a lot. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of mi corazón for always being that
Yeah.
support. Yes,
And you know
you
what the
and
greatest thanks of that is that you actually make the show. Is that you
yeah,
actually make the podcast. You
yeah,
actually are here doing this. So like because a lot of people ask and then they don't ever do anything. So
yeah,
this
yeah.
this means everything to me to see that you're doing your show.
Yeah, thank you, babe. Yeah, no, I'm that type of person that's like, I have a goal. I'm gonna pursue it. I'm not gonna procrastinate. Yeah, I have little distractions like we all do, but I love a checklist. And the advice that you have shared in the past has been really resourceful with just online media innovation and presence and tech and all the things. So, yeah, you guys, she is the person to look out for if you need a lesson, if you need expertise, and some of it is free too. I mean, you're getting a lot of it free on her YouTube lives and her Instagram lives, and we're gonna dive deep into that. So, but before we do that, let's kind of rewind. Let's go a little flashback in past. How was baby Mary Lou? Where are you from? Where were you always this creative and into tech and wanting to like help others?
Well, I can actually show you her. I have a picture that I
Yes.
keep by my desk. This
Let me
was
see, baby
me.
Mary Lou.
This was
Oh,
in 1996.
you look the
And
same.
that's what
You have
everybody
the
says when I
same.
share this. But she was
Literally the same
nerdy.
style. I love it.
She wanted to like just know things. She
Wait,
just
hold it up
wanted to,
again. Because some of us are just listening. You guys, she's
yes.
smiling with the same beautiful smile, her gorgeous glasses, her beautiful bob, and she's just a good time. She's wearing, I think, like is that in your
It's like
jammies?
a sweatpants,
Yeah, yeah,
like a
yeah.
sweatshirt, sweatpants, and then like
That
a
couch
hella
looks
Asian
comfortable.
decor.
I'm here for it. Yes. And
Yes.
that
She's
was
like,
here where I live now, right?
this was in Florida. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not in Orlando, but in the Panhandle.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's where I was a military kid. My mom is Filipino. My dad is American. He got stationed in the Philippines through the Air Force, came back with a wife and a kid, and that was me. And here I am.
Yeah.
So, through like my childhood, like elementary school up till middle school was like, I just was in so many schools. I went to like 6 different elementary schools, which most people are
Yeah.
like, how is that possible? I was like, we moved more than once a year.
Yeah.
And and I'm really grateful for that though, because I am very used to and very comfortable being the new kid. And you just throw me into it. Like I try, I think this is something that's come up for me lately. So I remember being told that I was shy
Mm.
as a kid. But like
Mm-hmm.
when I think about it, I was like, I don't think I was. I think the people who were telling me I was shy wanted me to be shy. I wasn't
Mm.
singing and dancing, but I was
Sure.
like comfortable enough to go talk to people
Yeah.
and confident enough to exist with adults
Mm-hmm.
and with other kids and think,
Sure.
like that never was a problem where I'm like, oh, I can't be here. I've always been like, I belong here too.
Yeah.
So
I see you as an observer, especially when you're moving
mhm,
from location to location. You're probably just figuring it out. So maybe their
mhm,
perception of shyness was really your observations on your surroundings and learning where you're at and the different energies that are there now, right?
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm always like looking
Mm-hmm.
out, like, what can I learn? What can I know?
Yeah,
And then absorb all of that. So
absolutely.
being a kid that moved around a lot, and then in middle school and high school, that's where I ended up in Florida in the Panhandle, Panama City. And I just like, as soon as I had access to a camera, I was making videos.
Nice.
Middle school, I was, like you can have like, they were like, you could have an art class or you can go volunteer in the library. And I was like, library, please. Cause then I can sit and look at
Smart.
books and,
Yeah.
just be a nerd for an
Yeah.
hour every
Yeah.
day. But in
I
the
was a nerd too.
library, it was like where the AV team was next to it, like offshoot of the library where they shot the morning announcements. And I remember seeing that and I was like, can I be part of this? And then I got to be the host of the morning announcements and the afternoon announcements, and
What?
I took it very seriously. So
Wow. You started
so
at
I
a
tell
young
people like
age.
I've been hosting since, like I took it I was
15.
like, today we have pizza and there's a football game at 2.
Yeah, yeah. I can hear your
Very
tone
serious
too.
business.
Yeah. I love that. And so that's kind of like how you discovered your voice, I would say.
Hmm.
And hearing the reactions to your audience and seeing what works and what doesn't. And then, all right, fast forward to Los Angeles. When did that happen and why?
So so after Panama City, I went to Orlando, which is where you're at, for college. I started to take I was a theater major, but the kind of theater major that you don't get to take theater classes, you don't get to take acting classes. So that doesn't stop me. I went and took whatever kind of art classes I want around town, but
Okay.
I did my majors, I took my classes, but then I also did classes that were not associated with the school. Just like every
Sure.
town you're in, you can find the improv class, you can find an acting class, you can find,
Absolutely.
you can find that stuff. Like
Hmm.
college isn't necessarily where you get that stuff. College is where you kind of make a bigger network and see other things in the world.
Yes.
In an artistic sense, right?
Yeah.
But from that, doing in Orlando, I got to work for a casting director and I was like enjoying that. And I was like, you know what, I want to be somewhere more of this is happening,
Hmm.
because kind of the height of the trajectory I was on in Florida was theme park stuff, which is
Yeah.
wonderful. I love theme
Hmm.
parks,
Same.
but I wanted to work on more TV and film, more productions. I wanted to be like in it. So that's when I moved to Los Angeles in 2007. And
By
I came, I
yourself?
was ready. I came with 2 friends,
Okay.
and unfortunately, neither of them I talk to anymore. But that's
All
part of
good.
growing up, is that people, are part of your life for a chapter,
Hmm.
and I wish them all well, and they're on
Hmm.
a new chapter for things, and that is okay, because we all have
Absolutely. Yeah.
paths. We all have
Sometimes
paths
even
that we need
family.
to follow. Yeah,
Hmm.
totally. And that we talk about that before.
Yes.
And so then coming to Los Angeles, I was ready to hit the ground running. I got an internship at a talent agency I was ready to start auditioning. I was like, just like so green and so fresh and thought like
Mm.
you could just get into it. And then the writer's strike happens and then
Yeah,
there's nothing. And
right.
there was just nothing. So, but that was okay. Like it, because it's not like I was really working in the industry yet.
Mm-hmm.
I just had just got here. So, I was working at Cheesecake Factory. I was a waitress. I
Mm-hmm.
was the intern at the talent
All the
agency
hustles.
and learned so much. And then that's just kind of been my journey here is when people are like, what do you do? For the longest time, it's been whatever I need to.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
I need to, because I love my life. I love my freedom. I love my hustle. I love experiencing things. And every job, like I've had every job, and
Yeah.
all of them have built this very dynamic capability that I have. They were like, you could throw anything at me and it's going to be fine. I'm going to be able
I
to
love that.
figure out a way.
I love that. No, that's part of the artist experience of expression and taking risks in departments or genres that you're not necessarily the most confident in, but just throwing yourself into be open-minded and learn and embrace from your discoveries and challenges. That's it's it's appropriate. Like that is necessary for the growth and the
Mm-hmm.
evolution of expanding your portfolio and your resume and building that you know, database of just networking and what depending on what you're gonna do, I think even where you're at maturity wise from your teens, 20s, 30s, wherever you are in your age, all of that's going to shape you throughout that journey as well because you transform. Like, the 10-year-old Mary Lou brain was not the same as the 20-year-old Mary Lou brain and where you're at. I'm not going to give your age out or
Yeah.
do that, but I'm saying is that you have to kind of like pivot and I love that you were not scared. I love that you were just you courageous and just took the risk to move from one coast to the other coast and just, lost friends along the way, but still kept going and always with a
Yep.
freaking smile on your face too, since I've known you. Because I know there were, some challenges in any area in schools in general because they're systemic and they have curriculum there even then you still had a smile on your face even through COVID you still had like a smile on your face. So I think that's the key is that your positive attitude, your outgoing kind of personality, which is not shy, which I don't know why people were saying that back then, um has really helped brand who you are and what you have to offer as like a product because you're your own brand essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my God. As I was reading your bio, like how did that feel to hear back your kind of accomplishments and a little bit of your portfolio?
It's so interesting when you hear it said back, because of course, like I'm having to put it together and writing a bio is, I think, always so hard if you're not used to doing that. So fortunately, like with AI tools, right? I was like, ask me questions so you can write me a short bio
Oh
that
my
people
God,
can say
that's
in
so
podcasts, etc.
smart. I didn't even
And
think
then
of
it was like,
that.
okay, yeah. And it was like, what this, like it just asked some things. It gave me like a kind of like a template. And it was like, tell me about what you have done, how much experience, what's your specialty, something fun, like something personal, things like that. And then it crafted something. And then I've massaged it from there. But that's ever changing. And I'm really proud of where that is now because I can look back. I have like older copies of older bios that it's like that was me at that time, but like how much it's grown. And even from hearing that now, I'm
Hmm.
like, ooh, I have
Hmm.
some things I need to even hone in a little bit more
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
like I want to help video creators, but lately the call is specifically, and I'll call out my age. I'm 41. I just turned 41. And I think you can start at any time, you can
Hmm.
shift at any time, you can merge, you can evolve always. Always. We
Preach.
we have to. We have
Hmm.
to. And it is our responsibility at any age to take care of the little one, right? Like who I
Hmm.
have in my picture. That's why she's here next to me because it's my job to make sure I take care of her
Yeah.
at 13, right? So I think I
Yeah.
look at her and I'm like, girl, so much good is waiting for you because I'll say like we go on a kind of little emotional route
Hmm.
with when I look at her at 13, that is right before some really, really tragic things are hitting in my life. really, really
Hmm.
tragic things for like a period of like maybe 10 years. But I used to look at these pictures and like I would feel sad because I was like, oh, it's gonna be so hard for you. This is what I would see from her. I'm like, it's just gonna be so hard. But now in the chapter I'm in now, in my 40s, like I definitely feel confidence. I feel like, okay, I know what I know and I know how to do it. I
Hmm.
decided this year that I'm done with the, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Let me still try to figure it out. It's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I can
Period.
always learn more, right? You can
Hmm.
always learn more,
Of course.
but
Yes.
I know what I need to know to operate. And in my being confident, it is exuding that and throwing out that confidence for other people to also shine. Because when you are confident, it is not taking away from somebody else. When you're confident, it is shining the light so they can also shine.
Preach.
So
I'm just
I
giving you snaps
decided
right.
like I was like,
Yes.
this is how it is because like I just need to showcase that. Because I do remember as a kid thinking, I'm like, wow, that it must be so hard to be an adult because like nobody knows what's going on. And then I got to being an adult and I was like, no, really, nobody knows what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
really, nobody does. So you just
Yeah.
have to decide I know what I know. I can confidently
Yeah.
move forward with what I do know and then keep growing from there because there's so many things to really worry about. Like, do we have to worry about the little, like, we went through a global pandemic in our lifetime, as well as like all these other wild things, and it's
Yeah.
not going to stop.
Mm-mm.
So, how can we in our day to day make our experience in life better? Walking through confidently does make the experience better. I will tell you that down, like hands down. It
Hmm.
makes it better for me. It makes it better for people who are around me. Not that it's always like that. Like the storms come through,
Right.
but you do what you
Yeah.
can to mitigate that. You learn how to regulate your emotions and then it gets easier. It's a skill. It's something that you build upon. And with talking about the bio, I want to focus, I think, a little bit more on people who are in their middle age, right? Like who are like in your 20s and 30s, like, oh, you're still young, still fresh, right? Like you're not old, you know, and like middle aged, right? It's like it used to be like, oh, that's the end of life, right?
Yeah.
The middle age. But it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's like I am experienced
Hmm.
and like I don't have kids. I'm not tied to anything. Like we I feel like the 40s are the 20s. Like if I think about
It's a rebirth
it,
for me, in my opinion,
it
too.
really is,
Hmm.
right? Like
It's an
and I've
opportunity
heard
for
that from
evolution.
so many of our like artist people. Like if you are
Hmm.
thinking about it the right way, it is the gift. It is not
Hmm.
the death trap. It is the gift.
Period. Yeah, a couple things that I want to touch on is um that I had in the back of my head as it blanks out right now. But yes, a mindful artist podcast for me, they all represent and work hand in hand together. So being creative, being spiritual, being an entrepreneur, they're all the same thing, which is why I wanted to host a space for that reason, for all of us to kind of share with each other and build this community. And I think that you touched a lot of important things. The fact that you have a 13-year-old picture of yourself, speak on, protecting that innocence and that youth is very important. Even at 41, I'm 42, still thinking about 10-year-old little Andrew and hugging him and making him proud and telling him he's going to be all right. And we're doing this together. And yeah, I think it's just important to not lose that innocence and keep that creative juice flowing, keep that spirit, that passion, and also your positivity. And you touched on being confident and how infectious that could be. And yes, we're human. Yes, we're gonna have some bad days. Allow yourself to grieve that, to go through that. I can relate. It's I lost my mom and two pets in like a year,
Mm,
and was it difficult? Of course, but I knew because of the work that I've done and because of the self-development and books that I've read and the therapy, that it was going to be temporary and everything is temporary. And so it's up to me. I'm the individual. I'm the director of my cinematic experience. So I'm going to make everything positive, period, confident going forward because that darkness is always there and it can consume you, right? It can be seductive, but So can positivity. And if you focus on
Mhm.
that and you see how your energy can literally shift a room or a conversation with somebody that you're having remotely, it doesn't matter. Like it will literally, infectious. And so confidence, positivity, sharing that with each other is good in any capacity, whether it's business, networking, brainstorming, workshopping, just believe in yourself, have those moments of doubt. Okay, give it an expiration date, then just move the fuck on. You got to move forward. Sorry.
Right. And that's like with your, like, I love the title of this podcast is like mindful
Hmm.
artist, because what we are putting out is energetically affecting other people. And
Yeah.
I call it when people are like feeling insecure, they're feeling trash, and they go out in the world and they just start hitting everybody with their emotional shrapnel. They're just, because they're not mindful of what's going on around them. They're like, I'm having a bad day. So everyone around me is going to get hit with these little things of bad energy
Yeah.
because I'm here and I cannot be bothered to be thinking about everyone else. But like, I like to think about and kind of explain it as if it is your energy is viral, right? And
Totally.
if you have a flu, right, stay home. If you're sneezing and coughing everywhere, stay home. Seek help if you need, right? Call the doctor, get some medicine, rest, all of that, right? Have a loved one make you soup. Same. You're feeling down, you're feeling dark. If you can, stay home. Take care of that. Like it's a storm that's passing, but be mindful of that energy. But when you're
Hmm.
feeling real good, that's also infectious.
Hmm.
You can take that out in the world and make things a little bit brighter.
Hmm. Beautifully said. Thank you, babe. All right, we're moving into my how you gonna love someone else if you can't love yourself first section, and that is
That's right.
Mary Lou. Can you share with us what is your self-care beauty regimen? Do you take time for yourself selfishly before you service others? And what are your beauty skincare secrets that you want to share?
Girl, everything.
Yes, I
I
know.
love it.
Yes, I
I
know.
love it.
We're
So
both beauty
for
like obsessions, so I know that you're going to share all the things. Go
right,
for it.
that's why we're in our early 40s and still look so cute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have to drink
Brown
your
don't
water.
frown, baby. Yes, drink your
Yes, it
water.
is. Always. It's drinking the
Asian don't
water.
raise it.
It is the key. Drinking your water and starting taking care of your skin as early as you can. Like fortunately, sunblock was built into me, from a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And because like in the Philippines, like where my mom's family is from the Philippines, there is colorism there. So
Mm-hmm.
there is, a value on lighter skin, which I think is like an unfortunate dynamic. But because of that, sunblock was instilled into me.
And which is the
So
best anti-aging to start at such a young age, so that's good.
yeah, if you can just get that going, great. The take the vitamins, the biotin, the collagen, the
Yes, I do all that.
omega
Yes.
3s,
Yes.
like
Yes.
the
Skin, hair,
greens, the
nails. Mm-hmm.
greens. Yes, it all matters. And I love my skincare devices. I love like my microcurrent. I love the red light therapy. I love like all of those things. And I used to try a lot of different skincare, but I've actually gotten to a point where I found what works and I don't mess with it, because like you can experiment, which I've done for years. But
Mm-hmm.
now, I started using Muesli, which is like a
Okay.
prescription skincare. And I started with the like spot, I had like some dark spots from sun damage right here. And it's like, it's taken care of it. And then
Nice.
tretinoin.
Mm.
Tretinoin, take your retinol or wear your retinol.
During the evening, not during the day.
Yes, just in the evening, ease into it because it's going to make your skin angry at first, but it's worth it on the other side.
Love. You for sharing that. Super cool. I'm taking notes so I have that. But yes. All right. That's why you look so good. So it's yeah, inside what you're intaking, what you're treating and nourishing your body, the biotin, the collagen, and knowing some simple streamlined ingredients, not overdoing it with uh complicated steps. Because then at that point you might trigger some things that activate some things that are not needed or irritation or sensitivities. So I like that you're starting with the water, number one, doing your vitamins, your nutrients, and then your tools, which is part of your tech obsession. Love that.
Yes.
Walk us through a little bit of these tools. Like, what's your favorite tool and top three reasons why?
All right. So my favorite is the TheraFace Pro. So if somebody like wants a face care device, that's the one that I'm like, if you can get just one, like I have all of them. I've tried all of them. They're not all great,
Of course you
but
do.
they all have different purposes. But
Yeah.
the TheraFace Pro has percussive massage. So it's like
Mm,
you know a Theragun? Do you know Therabody? Like a Theragun. It is like that brand, but it's like a little one for your face. So you can
cute.
massage your jaw because I always have like jaw tension. It
From
also has a
speaking of it all,
microcurrent. Yeah, it's got like the microcurrent top on it. It's got red light on it. Like it has like all the things that you can switch out. So it's a good like
cool.
all-in-one device.
Love it.
And it's in the morning, like so I go to the gym and then I shower and like I have like my live streams and my filming all day. So I have my window. I don't start filming, I gotta like get cute for the day. But I'll put on like a
Mm-hmm.
podcast, I'll put on a show, then I do my skincare, and it's very much like for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do skincare like on videos a little bit, but that's because of me trying to reach my target audience of
Mm-hmm.
like showing women like you can make videos
Mm-hmm.
that so the skincare showing up a little bit in the content, but for the most part,
Smart.
like that's my time, where
Yeah.
I can just chill and I just massage my face. Also, like
Yeah.
gua sha and like putting gloves on and doing
Hmm.
like a buccal massage. Have you heard of that?
No, walk me.
It's like where you like reach in, you reach in your mouth
Yeah.
and you're massaging the whole muscle. So you put like a little oil on, you put some
Okay.
gloves on, and you
Wow.
really are like squeezing the muscle. Ooh,
Okay.
it's so good. It's
All
so
right. I'm
good.
gonna try that. What was it called again?
Buccal massage, Buccal.
Thank you. All right, you guys. I hope you're taking your notes where you're hearing it from the pro. All right, very cool. Next segment, Love is our artist love. What practices or routines do you have in place to nurture your creativity and spirituality while running your business?
Mm, a big thing is to do something outside of your business, something
Heck
that
yeah.
feeds you, that is outside of the business and outside of your creative entity, your creative
Mm,
output, right? So,
mm.
like, I make videos about everything, but once in a while, I go do something and I don't film it. I just do it for fun. Like last year, I saw Taylor Swift and I saw Beyonce. I did not take a video.
Good job.
I took a
I love
picture
that.
because like the whole shows are on the internet. Like
Yeah.
it's out there. So
What's the
like it's
point?
not like I need to be reporting, like that stuff is
Right.
out there because it used to be like, oh, fun, look at where I'm at. But now it's like, no, like people know this is happening. I don't need to
Yeah.
share that
At
necessarily. I
least
took a
a
picture for
picture.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that I have on my little skylight frame. Like I didn't even hit the internet. Like I
Yeah.
just for me. So like also to feed your artist yourself. So like keeping the picture of myself at 13 nearby is something I tell a lot of people to try to do because I think that our if we look at our inner artist as us at 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, we were exactly who we are in that window. Who we were then was like the purest version. And then like life comes in and starts to make adjustments, right? But if we can objectively look back at wherever that time period is, like there's something for everybody, right? Like where this time period is where you are at your purest version of you, and you can take care of that person as your artist. So take them out on an artist date. Sometimes when I feel like as an artist, when things are getting crazy and I'm feeling cranky and I'm feeling weird, I was like, oh, that's not me, that's her. So
Mm.
what does she want? Oh, let's go get some ice cream. It's
Oh, I
fine.
never
Let's
thought of
let's
that.
go do something.
Yeah.
Like I separate it from me because it's easy if it's me, then I am depresso espresso.
Then you
But
become
it's
a
like,
caretaker for your. Oh my God, that's
mhm,
genius. As you were
yeah.
saying that, I recently found this in, I don't know, memory or whatever. So here's my first time doing my own makeup.
Oh, the
Uh-huh. As
baby. I
10-year-old Andrew
love
with the full
it.
face. I'm
Yes.
gonna print that and put that next to my desk as well. So thank you for sharing that. I
Yeah.
love that. I hope you guys do that too. And thank you for sharing the advice on what practices you take. So All right. Can you share any tips or advice for aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself looking to incorporate more creativity and maybe spirituality into their work?
Okay, well, from the entrepreneur part, it sucks as the creatives, but you gotta get organized
The adulting of it all.
early. Get organized as early as you can, like from the beginning, while it's a side hustle, start doing the like take out 30% of the gig payment and put that aside for taxes, even if it's your side gig. Just get in the practice
Yep.
of those things, getting organized. Write down your expenses. Just I'm telling you, just do it early. It's
Mm-hmm.
better than having to do it later and go backwards. So
Yeah, that's
and
great.
that will help your spiritually feel better, because then you're
Mm-hmm.
not like, oh my God, this thing is haunting me.
Yeah,
Because it'll just eat away at you, right? But as far
absolutely.
as your what was the rest of the question?
Yes, if you could share any tips or advice for aspiring entrepreneurs looking to incorporate more creativity and spirituality into their work.
Yes. So take time to breathe, having
Mm-hmm.
something physical and something creative outside of the income generating work, right? So like whenever I make my quarterly goals, something physical, something creative, and then something income generating. And like there's crossover in them, but like if I can keep
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a version of each thing in its own lane, like get
Mm-hmm.
out and move. Get out.
Yeah.
Like
Get some
this
vitamin
gym I
D,
go to is
taking
so
that
expensive,
oxygen.
but like it makes a difference because I
Mm-hmm.
have to go outside and go be with people and I'm expected
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. You know, like when you pay for something, then you're like more likely to go because you're like, well, I better make this worth my time. And it
Yeah.
makes a difference.
That's
It
my
really
husband's
makes a
philosophy.
difference.
Absolutely. Like signing up for a class and having a community to uplift you and that energy exchange within whatever class you're taking is very helpful for creative people. Thank you for sharing that. Cool. I have many questions. So, how do you measure success in both your creative and entrepreneurial pursuits? And do they ever overlap in any way?
How do I measure the success? Creatively, with what I do when I'm helping other people create videos, like a measure of success for me is seeing people actually make the videos, because I'll put out the tutorials, I will answer the questions, I will cheer people on, and I will scream from the top of my lungs that you got this, you can do it. But then not everybody will act on it. But then there's folks
Yeah.
like Andrew will do it. Like there is a very big group that will actually take action. And that for
Hmm.
me is a measure of success, because I know it's a result of a lot of things and it's
Yeah.
their hard work, but like that I got to play a part in
Hmm.
just nudging this along and seeing them
Yeah.
like, yes, they did it.
Yeah.
That feels
I
so
love
good to
that.
me.
That is really good success. Thank you for sharing that. So cool. All right. So in season two, we have a really fun segment.
The library is open! Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
There you have it, darling.
It's an exciting segment that I'm one of my favorite parts of it. It is called The Library is Open. It's not for shade, it's for shine. And this is to spotlight our guests and share a book they're currently reading or their favorite book from the past. And what are your top three reasons why, Mary Lou?
All right. Well, if you guys haven't read Andrew's book yet, you need to. It's wonderful. Like it is
Oh, thank
objectively
you.
wonderful. It's a wonderful story, and I enjoy the inspiration. I enjoy the honesty, and I enjoy the journey. So thank you for sharing
Thank
that
you,
story
babe.
with us in
It's called
print.
Love is Art is Love,
Amazing.
everybody.
It's
Thank
very, very
you.
good. But recently I have been obsessed with Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. So there's like two books. The third book is coming out in January. And it is a fantasy book, which is not normally the route that I go, but it starts off really great. The female lead is strong and she's not stupid. Like that is something that always bothers me, is that when we
Hmm.
have our female lead and they're a little oblivious. And like not to say that people aren't sometimes oblivious. Like she's oblivious to some things,
It's a
but
fantasy
one of her
genre.
trait, right? Right. And then her trait is that she is studied and she is intelligent. So she's going to basically like a military school with dragons. And she
Brad.
like the other option was for her to be a scribe. So she was training to be a scribe, which was like to work in the library and work in the archives and things like that. So she had been training for that. So she's very, very book smart
Similar to
for,
you. And
right?
also the military of it all.
Yes. So like because her mother's in the military, she had to go the military route. So she's physically weak but grows, but is smart enough to think of solutions. Plus, it's a little spicy sometimes, which is fun.
Oh, we love that as adults.
Mhm.
I love fantasy. That was always the first genre that I always fell in love with from such a young age. Ray Bradbury, Martian Chronicles, Fahrenheit 451, and then as I got therapy, all the self-help books, came out. And then
All of them.
yes, and thank you for shouting out my book because I feel that kind of is a hybrid of both, where
Yeah.
I want to share vulnerabilities and struggles to inspire, but also have the fantasy of goals accomplishing and love and the triggers and traumas of it all. So very cool.
Yes.
Fourth
And
Wing.
then and
And
then
what
one
was
more
the
book is
art? Sorry, go ahead.
oh that so Fourth Wing is Rebecca Yarros.
Thank you.
It's a fantasy series. And then any artist, you got to read The Artist Way. You just need to get a copy and keep that on hand
Mm-hmm.
because that will, like, I have had it for years. I've never completed the book, but when I need it, I go to it and it
Nice.
serves me very, very well. So, it's like, I guess like some people haven't read the whole Bible. Like
Yeah.
I don't read the Bible, but I know some people like you go for passages, you go for
Mm-hmm.
the
It's
thing,
your
you
little
go for the thing
therapy.
that you
Mm-hmm.
need. And it's
Mm-hmm.
excellent. You should just have one of those on hand always.
Good. Thank you. Were you going to share another one or that was it, right?
No, that was it. Yeah.
Cool. Very good. Awesome, awesome. Love this. All right. Okay, so this is gonna be a rapid Q wrapping up mindful artists segment. Love this
Ooh.
section as well. So I'm gonna ask you three questions, Mary Lou, and wherever you are, intuitively answer it. Try not to think about it too hard. Question number one: who is your hero and why?
Oh, my hero is my dad.
Yeah.
It's
What's
my
what's
dad
Papa's name?
his name is David.
Shout
He
out to
passed away
David.
when I was 16,
Yeah.
and he was the way that he treated me was like I was an equal, like I was smart, like I belonged. So a lot of my confidence comes with how he dealt with his like eldest daughter, who was like very curious, had lots of big questions, a little bit of an attitude, but he always like if I had a question, he would answer it.
Yeah.
He didn't talk to me like, "Oh, you don't you're too young to know," or like if it was something that was a little bit out of what I should answer, like I should know, he would ask me. He's like,
Yeah.
"Sure you want to know?" And then I would know, be like, come back to me
Yeah.
a little bit later. But but most of the time,
Yeah.
like he would just tell me.
Yeah,
So
just
that
like
he's
an
my hero.
equal. So
Hmm.
cool. David, shout out to Dad, David. All right. Favorite music album of all time and why?
Oh,
Yeah.
music album of all time. I mean, all I can think about right now is Beyonce. Just
The latest one,
the
Cowboy
latest one is
Carter.
so good.
So
I
good.
loved Renaissance. I
Also
have been
good.
a Beyonce fan
Mm-hmm.
forever and ever and ever. And like I have enjoyed her growth. I always feel like she's like my cousin. I feel like she's our cousin because she's like our age, right? So we're like,
Yeah.
oh, look
Yeah.
at it. Yeah, she's doing it. Because you can see in her reflected the growth and transformations that are happening in us if we are willing to embrace it.
So that's your deserted island, which you said Renaissance, Cowboy Carter. Which one, if you were on a deserted island? One
Mm,
Discman, one
I get
CD.
one. Get one. You know what? I think I would take Cowboy Carter. It's so new, but it does go places and it has a little bit of everything. Where like Renaissance is just party the whole time. So
Great
I'll take
choice.
Cowboy Carter. Yeah.
No, girl, it's so good. It's a freaking
Mhm.
journey. It has a beginning, a middle, an end. There's so many layers to it. It's so complex, and even within each song, there's so many layers too. It's like it's a lot. It's good. It's emotion. It's teary. It's happy. It's strength. It's everything. It's she gave it to us. Yeah, I love her. I feel the same way. My husband saw her last tour twice, by himself
Oh,
too. Like because I
wow.
was not able to go. So that's it. That's his queen because everybody knows who's mine. And yes,
Yes.
I'm seeing her one more time this Thursday. Can't
Oh,
wait.
yes.
So yes, good choice. Cowboy Carter, Beyonce. All right, Mary Lou, wrapping up my Florida's Rapid Cues. Final question. What is your favorite quote of all time?
A favorite quote
hmm
would be, like classic do or do, there's no try. It's like the Yoda quote. It's like do or do not, there is no try. Because when you're saying you try something, oh, I'm trying to be better, or are you actually working towards being better? Like try is like weird semantics,
hmm
right? Like it's not
hmm
really committed, but do or do not.
Period. That's it.
Yeah.
Love it. Dang, that's good. It's like you've done this before a little bit. It's kind of like you're used to being on camera and all the things. Mary Lou, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. This is your time to plug all the things. Where can we follow you? What projects do you have upcoming? Anything that you would like to announce? Plug away.
Yes. Marielou Mandl all over the internet. As far as I know, I'm the only one. Just make sure you spell it correctly. YouTube is the main place to find me. I'm going live on there every week. The schedule's a little changing right now, but once a week I go live for 2 hours, and it's just questions. It's basically like office hours, chill with me in the studio, something you need to know, come and let me know. But there's a lot of tutorials for how to make videos, but we can talk about anything that you want. I also have some classes on Skillshare if you are wanting to know how to edit videos, or you want to know how to make little product videos. I have like quick and easy classes on Skillshare that you can access. If you've never used Skillshare, you get like a month free or a week free. I don't know. Like you can get a trial. You can finish these classes on a trial. And I have very exciting upcoming, I'm going to have an app that's Video Creators Club.
What?
Yes, so still in the
Yes.
works, but it's coming. That's going to be
That's
a
amazing.
membership app with a community, with classes, with workshops, hot seats. Just
Hell yeah.
basically, you want to be a video creator. You don't have to be like, I'm trying to be the top YouTuber. It's just like you want to make videos, whether they're for yourself, for your
hmm
business, for your life. You just enjoy this,
Here are the
please.
fundamentals. Here's a community to connect with, and
Yeah.
let's all help each other out. That's so dope. I'm
Yes.
so proud of
Yeah.
you. Do you have a name for this app?
It's Video Creator Club. Like I have the URL,
So
videocreator.club.
dope. All right. You
Yes.
guys heard it first because this is my first time hearing about this too. I'm definitely going to
Yes.
join that Video Creator Club. So cool. Thank you so much. You guys, this is another episode of Mindful Artist Podcast. We have Mary Lou Mandel in the house. Go follow her, do all the things. And that song you're about to hear is called Mi Corazón. You can download Mi Corazón wherever you listen to your favorite music. Don't forget to rate us, review us, give us those stars, give us those thumbs up. That way, others like yourselves are most likely to see it in their algorithms. I can't speak right now. And till the next time, you guys, make an impact in somebody's life. Much love and light to you all. Thank you, Mary Lou. Bye, everybody.